Hi there, it's Basil Camisa from FantasyFeud.com. Some of you may know about this tournament that's going on, the Feud right now. There's 1 week left to enter the Grandslam Invitational, where you can play your way into an exclusive free roll next week on September 7th. Every week we've been chatting up some of the top participants and top players in this Grand Slam, and this week we're lucky to be joined by Josh Heyman, aka the Rabbit, aka the winner of Week 3's Grand Slam Invitational. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Before we start, I brought in a gift for the Fantasy Feud team. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, keep that in the Fantasy Feud office, from the Rabbit.
So was that like a good luck charm for you at all, or are you going to miss that if you partake with that?
My second last trip to the old Yankee Stadium, that was a giveaway, and I got it from the old Yankee Stadium. I can't call it a good luck charm, but it's yours now, so
hey,
enjoy it.
Maybe I'll get some luck around here. First of all, congratulations again, and how did you feel when you had a realization that you were going to win this tournament?
I was watching the Yankee game, and it was actually the first game to kick off that night. And the first batter, Derek Jeter, my favorite player, hit a double off the top of the wall, so I knew it was going to be a good night. I wasn't enjoying all the games that night. I was out with some friends, and the scores were relatively low, so I was kind of concerned. And then I actually checked the scoreboard on my phone. I was surprised to see all across the board the scores were relatively low. And I knew I had all these Dodgers left for the late game, so I thought I had a shot. I was never sure, but the scoring seemed to stay down, and I got some luck at the end from some of the Dodgers, so worked out well.
So I know you're a Yankees fan. I can tell with the Don Mattingly bobblehead and the Yankees hat. But any affection to the Dodgers at all? Or
Not
was
a
just an idea of picking them for the sake of
Not a Dodgers fan at all. But I thought the Don Mattingly bobblehead was appropriate.
Yeah.
Him being the managers of the Dodgers.
Right.
I like the Dodgers much more now that they kind of ruined the Red Sox. That makes me the biggest fan of them. But we may see them in the playoffs. Who knows? But they're a good lineup.
I was gonna ask, do you like them more now that they helped you win this tournament, or this at least entry into the final seat in that September free roll, or is it just like I like them for that day, let's move on and forget about them for a little bit?
I'm still partial to them in the fantasy games, but in terms of real baseball, don't really care.
No. So
Interesting team to watch.
Right, but you are a Yankees fan,
yes.
And clearly your team had a lot of Yankees on it as well. Is that something you go with every time, just so you can have some vested interest when you watch the actual games?
Well, I was speaking with Dan earlier, and like I said, I'm a fan first.
Yeah.
So it's challenging me to put together a team of hated rivals or players I really dislike. So it's nice, and this was really my strategy, and it worked out well for this tournament, is a lot of the batters I like to take had very weak pitching matchups. So it's kind of the stars were aligned that night. The low-grade pitchers seemed to have weak matchups, and some of my favorite players had really weak matchups as well. So it was a fitting lineup that actually worked out well.
So there is an option of either playing 2 starters or 3 starters, in that flex pitcher role. Are you somebody that likes to play 2 closers, or just 3 starters and a closer, or maybe even sneak in a 4th starter if he's in the relief position role?
Putting in the 4th starter is a must, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've never played 2 closers.
Yeah.
You got to play starters. You got to give the chance to get as many points as you want, or as you have the ability to get. Sometimes it'll blow up in your face and all get shelled, but you got to give yourself the chance to win every day. I don't put a lot of stock in spending money on pitchers, but putting as many starters as you can. Hopefully they get lucky, as I did that day. I got a lot of mediocre, low grade pitchers that worked out pretty well.
So let's turn our attention back to this tournament itself, the Grand Slam and the Invitational. What was it about this tournament that really attracted you to play, and gave you the idea that maybe you could win this and earn a seat in the free roll?
I really enjoyed playing daily fantasy. Sports, not only baseball, but all the sports. It's nice to make some money every once in a while. I do it to enhance the enjoyment of the whole watching experience, but it's nice to come in first.
Yeah, of course.
The money's great, but when you're looking at a pool of 100 players, and you're sitting around buddies and they're all joining in, and you look around and you're like, I'm actually going to win this. I'm not going to win $100, I'm not going to win $50, I'm going to win the tournament.
Yeah.
And then you come in for things like this.
You get this
that's what I like the most. Well. Seeing the Rabbit at the top of the list was the best part of the day.
Yeah, and a lot of people choose to put multiple entries in this tournament because the option's there, and it gives people more flexibility to change their teams. Are you the type of guy that enter more than one team, or just stick to your guns and stick to your affectionate players and hope for the best after that?
Typically, I like to join one team.
Yeah.
But on this particular day, when I was looking at the lineups, I like the Yankees and I like the Dodgers. A team I really dislike personally is the Rangers, but their matchup was great and their lineup's real scary.
Yeah.
So I was debating putting in a number of teams and combining Yankees, Dodgers, Texas, Yankees, all these combinations. And I just didn't do it because I wasn't going to be home to watch it.
Sure.
So I didn't want to do it. And then Adrian Beltre went off that night. So I'm like, someone's going to have Beltre, someone's going to have Hanley, and all these guys went yard. I think he hit the cycle that night. And so I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to do decent, but I'm done. And just no one had the right combination. But funny enough, and I know hindsight's 20/20, but had I had a couple of teams in there, I think I would have had a couple people in the top. But, so easy to say that unless you do it.
So you've already, entered your spot into tomorrow's final, qualifier. What is your strategy going into that one? Anything different, or are you just hoping for the best and having some fun with this team?
The lineup's reasonably similar.
Yeah.
However, it's tougher to get it in under the cap. So the team's not complete. I'm doing some tinkering. I probably will have some very low valued players on there. So I got to wait till the lineups come out on Friday. On paper, the team won't look as good. I don't really think I got a shot, but on any given Friday in this tournament, you can get there. So
let's turn our attention now to just Fantasy Feud in general. What is it about this site that you like and keeps you coming back?
It seems to be one of the very few sites who seem to be putting true effort into what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new industry. There's new sites popping up every day, and there's ones that seem that they're trying to capitalize on something new and fun, but they're not putting out a good product.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy Feud seems to listen to their users, try hard to be different, but different in a good way with quality product every season, every day, really. Quick payouts, good salaries.
Yeah.
It takes some thought into putting your team together. You can't just click and go.
Mm-hmm.
The site itself is very user-friendly. It really is a quality product, and I've been playing on a lot of these sites, and this one I try to put most of my effort into. And play the most games here.
I'm not sure if you want to share any secrets with any other user, but do you have any advice for people starting to get into daily fantasy and maybe unsure of what the right approach is to building a team?
Probably don't want to take advice from me, first of all. A lot of luck got me here. But I've always, in terms of sports gambling and friendly fantasy sports with your friends, I've always been you got to be a fan first.
Yeah.
Sports is great.
Yeah.
Be a fan. Take who you like. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but I always find it challenging when you're watching your favorite team and you have players that you selected on the opposite team. It ruins the fun of sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to ride the guys I like. When you're a Buffalo Bills fan like me, it's going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to help you.
No kidding.
But it's going to be much more fun to watch, and you'll surprise yourself with some of the wins once in a while. So, select the best players, but don't ruin the sports experience for yourself.
Well, if you want an experience similar to that of the Rabbits, sign up for the 4th and final Grandslam Invitational qualifier tomorrow. It's already up in the Fantasy Feud draft lobby. I want to thank the Rabbit for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in the pre-roll as well. You guys can sign up now at fantasyfeud.com.